the Book Bar. It's Tuesday night. That means live Star Wars trivia. I'm Justin. With me tonight is my good friend Jeremy from Templar Pops. Jeremy, what's happening tonight?
Good evening, my friends.
A little tip of the beanie for everybody. Oh, man. So tonight, of course, is The Mandalorian. We are doing chapters 9 through 12, right? Trivia.
Yes.
That's what's on tap tonight, right? That's what's on tap. Mandalorian trivia, chapters 9 through 12. I will be answering. Jeremy has prepared all of the questions for me. Hopefully they are all walks in the park so I can do a little better than I did last week. Do you know what I mean? Is that working? Is it working for you? I don't see it flow. It's not flowing. Okay. Filling your can up? Yeah. What side do I got to be on? Oh, wrong side. Yeah,
I feel Tyler was really hard on you last week. Like, I was listening to his questions and I'm like, what is he thinking? What's he thinking?
I thought he was too. Ginger Pops, Jeremy, everybody who's hopping the live, what's going on? I thought he was really hard on me. Again, we talked about this as far as saying, you know, the movies, we grew up with them. We watched them millions of times. Even the sequels have now been out for years. The Rise of Skywalker has been out for several years, and we've watched it over and over and over. You know, and The Mandalorian, I know that season 1 has been out for a while, but we're in season 2 now. And again, I've only seen it all the way through a couple times. Yeah. And so we said, and it's a television show. So, you know, 30 to 50 minute episodes, 8 of them per season. It's like, that's a lot to binge for hardcore trivia like we like to do. And, you know, we shifted to the small screen, but I thought he really ripped me last week. He asked me some really tough questions. Yeah.
I couldn't answer most of the last round. There's no way I could answer any of those questions. And I've watched it and watched it and watched it again. So
I know
he's a tool. What are you going to do?
He is a tool. He's a real tool.
What a tool.
He gave me some full, like, fill in the blank, like multi-blank one-line questions. And I was like, man. Again, now if this is a movie, like if we're talking a movie, you're not going to get us with a quote. Like you're not. Anything that's said, we're going to know every line. But, you know, a show that I've only seen a few times through. He was rough on me. And so, you know, he now then I find out is going to be gone. So you're here filling in, which is amazing. I'm so glad that you're able to make it and prepare the questions. That's so awesome of you. And boy, I tell you though, I was ready to prepare the absolute most difficult questions I could think of for him. Question number 1 was going to be name every actor that appears in The Mandalorian, chapters 9 through 12. Name the characters that they portray in the show. I want their birthplaces, right? And I want the colleges they went to, the names of their spouses, and the numbers of children that they each have. That was question 1 for him, and then he ducked out. And now
he probably would know is the problem. He probably would answer all of it.
You'd cut to like 14 minutes later, and he would have just named 300 people, and
you're just like, oh,
isn't he insufferable? He's insufferable.
Wicked tool.
He is a tool.
I feel like it's been 10,000 days since I've been here. Honestly,
really,
you know, at least 10,000 days.
That
See
sounds
what I'm
about
doing
right.
here?
Yeah,
that's a Tool song.
Oh, I did not know that.
Right,
I'm not a Tool fan.
There you go. Jokes might be lost on the chat. We'll see.
Is that where he is tonight? Is tonight the Tool concert? I can't remember.
I believe
or is
so.
He out of country?
Tool.
Well, he's got the Tool concert, and then he's going out of country. So something like that. I don't know. But anywho, so that's what's on tap. The Mandalorian, chapters 9 through 12. Jeremy has prepared the questions. I'm going to be answering. But what are you drinking? What is that?
This is a Sierra Nevada hazy little thing. Gigantic beer. Huge beer.
Yes, it is.
What's this? 19.2 fluid ounces.
19. Nice. That's a very odd size for those cans.
And I haven't had an IPA in a long time, so my first few sips off this were a little dramatic, I must say.
A little bitter? Was it a little bitter tasting
wicked.
than it normally is?
I've been drinking lagers and ales all the time lately, and IPA.
I'm coming around on the IPAs, but I was a little fishy. I had to really pick particular ones that I like coming around, but so I've got the Bells, I've got the Low Sun Wheat Ale. That's what I got going on right now. Trying to switch in my light beers still. Trying to get myself into summer shape. Summer, not afraid to take my shirt off by the pool shape, you know, which is.
Do you wax?
Not easy. Well, of course I wax. My head. I mean, I wax my head, obviously, because I'd have a full head of luscious hair otherwise. But yeah. So, anywho, well, before we get going, we got to do the pregame chug. And, you know, typically Tyler handles that, but we're not going to say anything. We're just going to play the clip, and you and I are going to drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get my banner here. Let's find it. Let's just put it up. We'll just play the clip, and we'll drink. So let's do it. Cheers to you, Templar. Cheers to everybody watching live on the replay. Ready? Let's go. I don't think I can unmute. I can't unmute you. Man, oh man, oh man. So many great clips in there. Oh, Jack Donaghy, that's a great one.
Oh, boy.
Jack Donaghy is a great one. So obviously, Tyler's not here. He's our contact to Frederick, so we don't have a Frederick's fact check tonight.
Nope.
But before we get into trivia, we do have to thank our sponsors. Of course, our round one sponsor is the Jawas Junk Shop. That's right. If your speeder or your ship has recently been ransacked and you're missing parts, check out the Jawa Junk Shop. Good chance they have it because they stole it. But don't worry, they'll be willing to sell it back to you at a considerable markup. But they always have what you need. Check them out, the Jawa Junk Shop. Glad that they're a big part of the channel. It's always nice to have new sponsors, you know?
I love that sponsor. That's a great sponsor. It really is. I really enjoy that sponsor.
They're the best. Does it say? No, see, it should say Utini. Utini! It should say that on there, but it doesn't.
I bought some comics off them on Whatnot auction they were running the other night. The Jawa auction. Bought a couple.
You bought back the comics that they stole from you, and then they sold it back to you at 20% markup.
Yeah, it was 40, I think. Pretty sure 40%. They were like, we got to pay that fee to the platform. So
yeah, that's just the way it works. Everybody's got to get their cut, you know.
Yeah, everyone but us that's actually selling anything.
Oh man, so okay, well let's throw up the banner here just to remind everybody how BookBar trivia works. We have 4 levels: the Youngling level, which is 5 questions. Typically, these are easy, get you going questions. Padawan level questions, which are a little bit harder if they're more, you know, in the level passing breath, things like that. Jedi Knight are very difficult questions, not for the faint of heart, as it says. And then, of course, the Jedi Master level, which is a multi-part question, very difficult. These have been modified a little bit for the shows, of course, because not everything in the shows is canon. It's not as known as it is in the movies. You know, you get visual dictionaries. So we try to stick more with things that are in the show, things that have been said. We don't really go outside of the show for these, but that's pretty much it. Oh, good. Pop says here, I'm going to need you. Jeremy, I'm going to need you. Everybody, I'm going to need you. I'm going to need some help tonight. So Jeremy has prepared the questions. Jeremy, I'm ready to go whenever you are, man. Fire up question number 1, and let's get this shit show on the road. Because
here we go.
I'm not feeling good.
Here we're going to do this. No problem. Chapter number 9. Gor Koresh double crosses the Mandalorian. What is he trying to take from him?
Well, he's trying to take the thing that everybody's always trying to take from the Mandalorian. His mustache. Yours was better. Yeah, your answer was better.
His mustache. Is that your final answer?
No, that is not my final answer. All right. Yeah, I guess this one could be tricky if you were thinking, well, maybe he's trying to take the child from him, but he's not. He wants the same thing that everybody else wants. He wants his Beskar, Templar. What is his Beskar armor?
Is that your final answer, my friend?
Yes.
You're correct.
Oh, hey, we're 1 for 1. I'm already off to a better start than I think I was last week.
Yeah, I think last week's first question was like, what is the circumference of Tatooine?
It's close. It was pretty much. I don't know if it was quite that bad, but it was pretty bad. Yeah. He was busting my balls last week.
Well, I hope he's having a good time tonight. Vicariously, we're living through him vicariously tonight. Because he's there, we're here, and we're working. He's not. You know, we're definitely gonna have a better time than he is tonight, I think. Although I
don't care for Tool. I don't know.
You don't like Tool?
No.
Well, there you go. So use that next time. And the next time you get to do him, use that anger. Take that anger. Ooh, let the hate flow through you.
I will. For Tyler. I will let the hate flow through me. Yeah, I will. Yeah.
All right. On to question number 2.
Question number 2.
Chapter 12. Where does the red wire go?
You know, it's so funny that.
What a great scene.
Yeah, I know. And I was going to say, I don't know if I'm going to get this right. So I just remember the red wire. I just remember at the very beginning, he was like trying to get him to get the red wire.
Right.
But then he started saying the blue wire and then not the black or block or something, or don't put it back. But I think he says to put it where the blue one was. I think I don't know how else to say. Honestly, I mean, I'm going to be down early, I think, but I think he tells him to put the red wire where the blue one was. I don't know.
That's an interesting thought. I sense a little fear in you, which is also
there's much fear.
A path to the dark side.
Yeah, there's much fear. I don't know.
What's the chat have to say? I'm not really privy. Let me see. Comments.
Let's see. Well, now
come on, chat.
Pops says, "What's up, Jeremy?" So now I don't know if that's where the red wire goes.
It goes in the schism.
It goes up, Jeremy. What is up, Jeremy? Now, it goes in the schism. I'm gonna guess like that's not a real answer. So look, I can star these. Can I how do I do that? What does that mean?
Oh yeah, there's a star thing there. What's that mean? Yeah.
What does that mean? Does it mean like it will stay at the top? I bet it means it stays at the top.
And maybe it pins. Yeah, it pins it.
Yeah. Okay. Learning new stuff every day. They don't know what we're talking about.
The chat is no help at all. What? So what was your final answer? One more time. I forgot.
But I don't know. I think he just says something like to where the blue one was, or to the blue wire, something like that.
This is your final answer, my friend.
Dale is in here. He says connected to the blue wire. I said where the blue wire was, but Dale is typically right. So I'm going to say connected to the blue wire. Unless my correct. I say unless my original answer was correct, in which case I adopt that as my answer.
He says it like 8 times. That's why I'm like, there's no way he's going to get this wrong.
Well, I know, but
the red wire where the blue wire goes. No, the red wire where the blue wire goes.
Yeah, but he was saying where the blue wire goes. That's why I meant like where the blue wire was, or where. Right. Exactly. That's what I meant. Like not to the blue wire, but like where the blue wire goes or was.
I knew what you meant. Correct.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think either way that would have been acceptable. I would have argued on behalf of my first answer. Mm-hmm. You know.
But that's a fun scene. That all 4 of these episodes was a hoot to write questions for because they're really good. They're all really good. There's so much fun stuff hidden in them. There's so many. There was
quite a bit.
Oh yeah. All right, so where does question 3 go is the bigger question. Here it comes. What Star Wars species greets Mando and his passenger at the Trask docking port?
At the Trask docking port.
Mm-hmm. Would you like some context?
Hold on, I got to think through. Can I ask for a hint? Can I ask a question which will be a hint?
Yes. So here's our scene. The ship is falling apart. They can't stop. They're flying in. As they're flying in, they show this species character, not a person.
Yeah, it lands and then it falls in the water, right?
Right, and that the whole time that species is watching that happen. And just
I believe it's a Mon Calamari.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's a good answer. I like that answer.
Because at the end, when he comes back, that's the guy who he tried to fix the ship. He says, "I gave you 1,000 credits. That's all you could do." And he kind of walks away. When he gets back in the ship, he goes, Mon Calamari. So I'm going to say, what is a Mon Calamari?
Is that your final answer, my friend?
Sure.
That is correct.
Boom. All right. Okay. We got it.
That's good. 4 for 5. I like it.
Robert, what's going on? He says the fuzzy-headed Ewok assassins. Okay. Also
hey, Rob.
Yeah.
Rob is my bestest friend. We've been friends since 8th grade, junior high school. We met, and we've been best friends for 30 years, 40 years.
I think, Rob's been on once or twice before. I've seen him before.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers. What's going on, Dale? Say Dale was in there. He was on Mount Calamari. I beat Dale to it that time, though. I beat him to it. I got that one on my own without him. Okay. Again, this is different. Just again, I'm setting the stage for everyone. I've seen Mandalorian a couple times, seen the Star Wars movies a million times. So a little different, We can crush the movies. The show is a little harder, Okay.
You're doing great. Do you feel good?
I feel okay. I feel okay. Very okay.
We're going to work on this next one's
okay.
This one little more touchy, maybe. I think you're going to be all right, though. I'm feeling good about it. Let's go with question number 5, just before our break.
Okay. Boom. We're on 5 already?
Yeah, you've been through 4 questions. You answered them all. How much time does Mithril owe to Magistrate Karga for his creative accounting?
Yeah, I believe it's 350 years or 300 years.
Not 10,000 days. I checked the math on that. That doesn't work.
You checked the math? I was going to say, I think he says it's either 300 or 350 because he offers to knock. I guess I shouldn't totally walk it, through because I don't want to give numbers away in case you ask me additional questions later. I think it's 350. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it's 350. Do I have chat help? See, now Dale says 300, and I disagree this time. I disagree this time. I don't know. Augie, what's going on? You are no Tyler, so we had no fact check. We were missing a few of the segments today, so we're a little ahead of schedule. Ray, of course, perfect. 5.3. No number from Ray comes without a decimal. That's what he's. But I see Dale put 300. I think he's wrong. I think it's 350. So, what does Pop say? 10,000 days? I don't know. I could do the math. That might be right or it might be close.
Right. I love Pop Sith.
I'm going to say 350 years. Final answer.
That's correct. But who's counting?
There we go. And look at Dale is there. He's there in the chat with 350. Yeah.
Dale.
Okay. There we go. 350. Okay. So 5 for 5 already?
Yeah. Right. And you were worried. I'm not worried anymore, really.
Okay. Well, I'm feeling better. I would say that I'm feeling better. Good. So, okay. Well, as always, before we go into our next round, we have to thank our patrons, as we always do, all of our nerd level 1, 2, and 3. And of course, Jeremy, our Templar Pops, our council member, thank you so much for all your support. If you're interested in supporting the channel, there is a link down in the description. That is that. But we also have to thank our round 2 sponsor, Jeremy, which of course is Big League Chewy from Wookiee of the Year, Chewbacca. It's an Out of Here original. Templar has just the best Wookiee impression out there.
Out to the ball game.
Wait. Go ahead, do your impression again. I should have had that queued up faster.
Hey.
But just a reminder, pick up Big League Chewy. It's available anywhere where tobacco products are marketed to children, which, as we know, is everywhere. Thank you so much, Big League Chewy. So, okay, there we go. Moving right along, round numero dos. Question 6, Templar, whenever you're ready, man.
Let's go. Going to get just a little bit more difficult, just a touch. But you're going to be all right.
After this round, we're going to take a chug break. We're going to slam a beer.
There you go. Chapter 11. What are the last words spoken by Moff Gideon?
In chapter 11?
Correct.
So not the last episode. Okay.
He makes an appearance
inside
of the Walker, the ship that they're cameo.
He says, "Long live the Empire."
It seems like a reasonable thing he would say, really. But
because he gets the man in black. He gets the man in black from Lost to try to take the ship down. That's how I know that guy. And then he does the Dune thing where he has the tooth, where he bites the tooth and kills himself, which is a total Dune reference. And I'm pretty sure he says, "You know what to do." But that's not the last thing he says. I think he says, "I do." Then he says, "Long live the Empire, long live the Empire." Because I thought you were talking chapter 12, which I believe it's the last scene.
Right.
And I believe Moff Gideon says, "And we will be ready."
That's
exactly
what
he says at the end of chapter 12.
It's exactly what he says. Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to check my chat. See, now I've done my thinking. Now I'm checking the chat. And so Ray says he sounds like my pet duck. That's obviously
That's not what Moff Gideon said.
To your Chewbacca impression.
Oh yeah, well yeah, okay, fair enough, Ray. You win.
Why can't we not be sober? I say things like that all the time.
You're doing a great job, Pop Sith. I'll pay you later.
I shall have my Legos. That's a good one. Maybe. Oh, there we go. I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those damn kids.
Yeah.
They're kids to Moff Gideon, I guess. Right?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Well, maybe not Bo-Katan. She's actually pretty old. She's I say pretty old, but I mean like she's older than she looks in the show. Like I think she's mid-50s, the actress who plays her.
Katie? Oh, she's good. I like her. She's a great actress.
Oh man.
Katie Sackhoff.
Giancarlo Esposito. I think Pop Sith has a signed Giancarlo Esposito Funko Pop, a Moff Gideon Funko Pop, doesn't he? I think I've seen it on his Instagram. I don't like a lot of autographs, like, on the Pops, but like there are a few Star Wars characters of like actors that I like in other shows too, that I would definitely put in a pop armor and they would sit on my shelf for eternity. And like a Moff Gideon one, especially like the glow in the dark one that came in the T-shirt bundle. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
That one with the glow in the dark darksaber. If I got that one signed, that would go on a pop armor on my shelf, and it would.
I have a Mark Hamill autograph, but it's on the Joker, the Joker.
Oh yeah.
Official picks. I think that's who puts those.
The one that did the Hamill series where there was like the purple Mark Hamill, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Those. I have one of those signed by him. Yep.
Yeah, that's still cool.
It is cool. I'd rather have a Star Wars, but it's not easy to get his autographs. So
does he? I was gonna say I can't imagine. Even though he seems like the kind of guy that would do conventions, does Mark Hamill do? He speaks, I think, at them sometimes, but like I don't know if he does like autograph lines.
I don't know either.
Stuff.
I don't think so. I don't see a whole lot of them out there. Not like you do with some of the other actors and characters, like Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford loves Star Wars. He loves Comic-Cons. He goes and he just signs autographs for free. He doesn't even charge anybody. Anytime you see a stormtrooper in costume cosplay walk, it's Harrison Ford, really.
It's funny to me too how much people still love Harrison Ford for his role. It's like, he thinks you're an idiot. Like he hates Star Wars fans. He's really like a prick for the kind of guy who like Star Wars made his career and like blew him up, helped blow him up into one of the biggest actors in Hollywood for 20 years, 30 years, and or more. And he's just a prick and he like hates Star Wars and he never wants to talk about it. And I don't get how people can do that. Like
if I ever meet him, it's not going to end. I'm going to harass him viciously about Han Solo. Round and round it's going to go. To chase him around like a chihuahua.
Harrison, what do you think Han's favorite color was?
Right.
Who fucking cares?
What's his favorite color?
Oh, Dale's buffering. I agree.
Right.
I don't like all her stuff, but I like a lot of her rules. Are you talking about Katie? Is that what you're talking about?
Sackhoff, yep.
Oh.
That's big.
I have two. Let me know if you need another one. You have two what, Pops? Two signed Moff Gideon, Giancarlo Esposito Funko Pops?
Oh, really?
Because that's solid. That's what I'm talking about. Boba Fett has a brother who's a rapper. His name is Lil Boba. That's why Ray should really be on the fact check with Tyler. Like when Tyler's not able to do the fact check, we should have Ray do it.
We'll let Ray write the questions for Tyler.
Can you imagine what a set of questions written by Ray would look like? What would they look like?
I would love to see it.
All right.
Question number 7.
Did I even fully answer this?
Yes, it is. Long live the Empire.
Yeah. Okay.
All brilliant line. Here we go. Question.
Okay, I'm 6 for 6 still. I'm already off to a way better start than I thought I was going to be.
We may need the Rosetta Stone to translate it. What language does the Mandalorian's passenger speak? It's easier than it sounds. Just don't croak on your answer.
What are you going to say? Is it going to be frog language? Is that going to be your answer? Because I think it says speaking in alien frog language, maybe on the closed captions. But I think he asks if she speaks hoodies, and she doesn't respond. And then at one point, she steals. Is it Q? I keep mixing it up. Q90? Is that what it is? Q90? Steals the droid's vocabulator, translates.
Yep.
I feel like every time she talks, it just says alien frog language. But like that's not a language, right? She speaks something. Does she say what it is, or does somebody say what
subtitles are in play? The subtitles answer the question, and it's in play.
Man. I can't remember.
Trust the gut. We've talked about this. Trust the gut.
Well, if your question is going to be alien frog language, then I guess that's my answer, because that's all I got.
Is that your final answer?
Sure.
It is, in fact, frog.
Frog?
That's what the subtitle says. Frog. Speaking frog.
See, now I wonder if that's a legit thing, or if it's just like saying she's a frog and so she's speaking like a frog would. But hey, alien frog language.
Right.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Dale says it's 0Q90. But I think it's Q90, and so they just call him Zero. Right? Isn't that what it is?
Maybe so.
Yeah,
so
we're
Q90,
they call him Zero. Seven questions in. I'm
crushing
7 for 7. I'm digging this so far. And that's right. Like Ray says, I just got to trust my butt. Just got to trust that butt. Trust that butt.
You might need a little help on this next one. We'll see.
Okay, good. Dale, hopefully your connection gets better. I'm going to need
check your connection, Dale and Ray. Be on.
Dale,
be
refresh.
ready, Ray. Be ready. Here we go, Ray. 2 X-Wing fighter pilots assist Mando and crew in their time of need. However, there's just one thing. Mando has an arrest warrant for the abduction of this prisoner. Right.
And it's prisoner. Remember how I remembered the numbers. Prisoner X 6911. Right? I don't think they say 10. I think the subtitle it's Prisoner X 6911.
Is that your final answer?
Well, hold on. It could be Takashi 69.
I would definitely consult with Ray.
Popsit's answer has been Maynard James Keenan several times. What's the joke here? I don't know who that is. What's
these are all Tool jokes. Maynard James Keenan's the lead singer of Tool. So anything Popsit says, I instructed him to just speak in Tool tonight.
Tyler's at a Tool concert, I think, and and so like I don't know anything about Tool. I don't recall ever liking their music, and so all the Tool jokes now are going to go totally over my head. I have no idea.
Was that your final answer?
Yes, prisoner X6911.
That, my friend, was a difficult question, and you crushed it. X6911 is in fact the correct answer.
Yeah, that is one of the ones where, when you're rewatching it closely, you're like, boom, trivia question. Absolutely wrote that one down. And when I was doing a quick review of my notes, that one stuck out to me. X6911.
It's good. It was a question that I was quick and it was right there. It was a good question. It's an excellent question, really.
Okay.
And you're doing great. You're up to question number 9. You're still perfect. And Tyler isn't here to ruin that for you or insult you or try to drag you down or pull you down with him into his level of depravity.
Tyler, and he's gonna watch this on the replay, and he's gonna text me and be like, "Dude, you guys are busting me." Like he is, because he's gonna be like, "You're complaining so much about the questions last week; they were fine." I guarantee you, flip the script. Had I given him the same questions, he would have been "Damn, you took it. You were hard on me. You were really hard on me."
He would have destroyed his studio. The computer would have taken some damage.
He would have, and he would have rage quit probably. Right. He would have flipped his computer over and
reported the channel.
Reported the channel. He would have. He gets very bitter. Yeah, he gets very bitter. Yeah.
Maybe he works out some of the angst tonight at the Tool concert and he'll feel better.
Maybe he does. Maybe I don't think that's going to happen.
Him in the face.
I have a feeling he's going to be very relaxed at the Tool concert tonight.
I think so too. He's probably already asleep.
I could be wrong. Yeah, I think he's going to be very relaxed at the concert.
It's good. It's good to be relaxed. I'm relaxed right now, as a matter of fact.
Oh, well, that's fantastic.
Speaking of relaxing, question number 9. The Tuscans really know how to build a diorama. Is it to scale? Yes or no?
Well, there's debate about whether or not it's to scale. I believe the Marshal says it's not to scale. And then Mando corrects them and says, no, it's to scale. And so I believe this is yes. It is to scale. The Krayt Dragon and the rocks that represent the peeps is to scale. Ray, obviously, as he has already told us, is in fact Tyler in disguise. He's gonna have a blast tonight, so that's good. That's good. It's exciting.
Keep the banter going a bit. I need to add the next question.
And Dale had this: the abduction of Quinn X911 or X6911. Yeah, Quinn. That's got to be. I got to be honest. My least favorite episode of The Mandalorian.
Really?
And it's not like there aren't cool scenes in that particular episode, but it's the cheesy overacting of the Twi'leks that totally takes me out of it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Quinn and is it Xi'an is his sister? Like, you know how they're just like, bah! And the evil laugh over the top, like they're cackling, like Palpatine, you know, cackling.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, that is so stupid. Play it a little more realistic. You can be realistic in a fantasy world. You can't. So little too over the top for me, and that stuff sometimes just takes me out of the episode.
Yeah, that it affects the reality of the show a little bit.
It does.
Excuse me, I burped. All right, here we go. Last question before another break. And we were going to slam beers during this next break. We're going
to slam a beer. Yeah, we're going to slam.
All right. Chapter 9. A lot happens on Tatooine. Did I spell that right? Speaking of Pelimoto, what does she offer to buy from the Mandalorian? There are two answers.
You're talking if Grogu ever reproduces, right? Is that the part you're talking about? Chapter 9. Chapter 9. She says, give me a second. I know this. She'll pay if he ever divides. I think it's like divides or shit. What's the other one?
It's not shit.
It's not shit. If he shits or divides, she will pay. She'll pay.
I want that turd.
1,000 Republic credits.
Grogu poo. Yes. Grogu muffins.
If he ever does what? If he ever oh man, blank or divides. If he ever, but it's. You can
simplify the answer. You can simplify it to.
It's reproduces or whatever. If it's it's something like that. It's like if he ever has kids, if he reproduces, if he whatever. Oh, excuse me.
But there's two. That's one of them. I'll give you. That's one of them. It's his offspring. But there's another item.
Oh no! Wait, offspring. Oh yeah. Okay. If he divides, or no, it's like a flower. Buds. If he divides or buds, she'll pay for the babies. Oh, Dale, yeah. Dale, right there. I will confirm and accept that as my final answer. Divides or buds. Yes,
that is correct.
Final answer. Yep,
that's correct. She wanted the child's. She actually the full correct answer. She wanted to buy the child or the child's offspring. She kept saying, "I want to buy the kid. I'm serious."
Yeah. But not really. But I am. Yeah.
Yeah, but I am. Right.
Flowers. Yeah. If he ever flowers, that just doesn't feel right. You know, I don't know. I don't like saying that. If the kid ever flowers. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. All right. So we're 10 for 10. Well, I think, right?
We're doing great.
We're 10 for 10.
And you were so worried. The problem is the fear is leaving you, which means you're not leaning towards the dark side. So I have to fix that right away.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if it's anything like last week with Tyler, I'm going to go 1 for 5 in the final round and get absolutely crushed. So before we get into that, let's thank our sponsor, our round 3 sponsor, and then we will slam some beers, right? To kind of keep this thing, keep it going. But we have to thank, of course, Grogu's non-cook cookbook, Grogu's cookbook. There's all kinds of great recipes in there. Usually this is Tyler's bit, but there are some amazing non-cook recipes in there, like frog. And if you remember a few weeks ago, Tyler, in fact, tried that. He choked to death. He actually croaked
he did.
on screen, but he survived. He survived by blowing through. We confirmed this, I think, the frog's anus through its mouth while it was lodged in his throat until his wife could save him. Anyways, try Grogu's Goodies, the cooking-free cookbook. Just find a raw creature or animal and swallow it whole. All kinds of good recipes in there. Check that out. And then let's chug it up. All right. So what do we got? I don't have much left. I got about this much left in here. I'm going to crack another one. I'll take some of that out too. I got another one next to me. I always got one more.
I'm going to chug this, but then I'll have to go get another one.
Okay. You're going to chug that whole thing?
Well, I'm going to pretend to. I'm going to grab a great actor, so I'll give it a my motivation? Give me my motivations real quick.
Your motivation is you're very thirsty, and you had a bit of a rough day, and so you really need to unwind. Okay? Yeah. Okay. There you go. All right. Cheers to you, Jeremy Templar, and cheers to you at home, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Here we go. Pick them up. Let's go. Okay, one down. Cracking the new one. Oh, you did. You slammed that.
And it's
slammed
an
a lot.
I'm going to regret
that. This was a mistake. Okay, that's all I can do with that one. But there we go. Okay. All right. So here we go. We're 10 for 10. We're moving in. Round 3. I'm ready when you are. Let's go. Let's hit it.
These are going to be a little more challenging as anticipated, as
it's round 3
by the rules. Exactly. But I think we're going to be fine. I think we're going to be good. Here we go. Excuse me. Witness. Pardon me. Chapter 9. Let's address the Oliphant in the room. Who enslaves the citizens of Mos Pelgo? And who is the tool that bailed on them?
Oh, man, there's puns in there galore. You've become a great question writer. I got to say, you're doing a great job. Yep. You got to keep the puns in there. Let's address the Oliphant in the room. Okay, so who enslaves Mos Pelgo right after the Empire is overthrown it's the mining. Does he say the mining guild? I think it's the mining guild immediately comes in because power hates a vacuum, as Cobb Vanth likes to say. And who is the tool that bailed on them?
Who bailed on the villagers in that flashback scene that we see in that episode? Bailski ran away like a punk, like he was off to a Tool concert.
Are we talking about the bartender that runs out when he helps him?
Are we?
Who bails on them?
Who's telling the story? Who's telling the story?
Well, Cobb Vanth is telling the story.
So who do you think ran away from them?
But on who's them?
The villagers. When the mining, you got that right. It's the mining collective comes in.
Okay, and you're saying who's the tool to bail them? So you're saying Cobb Vanth is the one that bailed on them.
He is a tool.
Okay. Okay, so then the mining guild or mining collective, whatever you said, whatever their full proper address is, and apparently Cobb Vanth, because he helps Weequay out, and then Weequay takes off, but then he runs away.
This is your final answer, my friend.
Sure.
I give it to you. It's correct, both answers. It's the mining collective, so that was close enough. And it's Cobb Vanth. The whole story is about him taking off into the desert with the crystals and getting Boba Fett's armor. That whole flashback scene.
Right. He gets what I didn't want to go down the road of saying what he takes and what he gets because I didn't, again, I'm trying not to spoil future. Tyler does this. I do it sometimes too. He's the worst at it though, because when he likes to show off. And so he will have to go on the rant of telling, oh yeah, he grabs this and he has this in it. And then he gets this and he gets this and he gets this. And then he spoils questions. But I did it last week with that question about the two bike scout trooper actors, because I was talking about them early on, and then that ended up being a question. What did you think about that question, Templar? It
was hard. I thought
that was insanely hard.
I thought it was outside of the boundaries of the rules because you would have had to. I don't even know if those characters were listed in the credits. I would say that it was legit, but I do not think so. I don't think they list the cameo actors in the credits. So how would you couldn't get it from the subtitles? Definitely couldn't get it from. It's just that's like an off-screen information. You couldn't have gotten it from watching the show. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know if the cast list, when you pop it up, like I don't know if it says Scout Trooper 1, Jason Sudeikis, Scout, or Bike Trooper 2. I still don't remember the guy's name, whatever the guy's name was.
Me neither. I don't even know if it was answered, actually. I don't remember.
But even if he asked me who 1 was and made like, a Jeopardy style SNL giveaway like you did there, right, then maybe, but yeah, I thought that was an insanely tough question. When we ask about actors, even in the movies, we are very careful only to ask about major actors and typically not big, insane cameos. But
there's tons of cameos in these shows, and no way you could remember which one was Kevin Smith, which one was Katie Sackhoff, which one was Burt Reynolds or whatever.
It was Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds played the Sarlacc in Book of Boba Fett.
Burt Reynolds played the Sarlacc. It's funny because I always thought the Sarlacc had a great mustache, and so that makes perfect sense. And I remember one time the Sarlacc, he actually came to my house and he knocked on the door and he tried to pitch me a reverse mortgage.
Did you get it?
No, I didn't get it. Nobody gets reverse mortgage. It's stupid.
Well, you're still living in your house, so I guess the answer was no.
Yeah, I did not do a reverse mortgage
for the Sarlacc.
Life
insurance.
Man. Oh, Dale says tag and bake. Yeah, so they were named. If they were named, then they would have shown up in the credits. But I still thought that was a really, really, really hard question.
It was.
So.
Now, to be fair, though,
Augie says they weren't credited. I don't know.
I don't think they were. But to be fair, I did have to kind of bail at the last minute due to COVID and whatnot, taxes, etc. And he did have a very brief period of time to write the questions. And if he's in full-on study mode, you can imagine that just asking, like, what's the color of blue is not really something that's in his vocabulary.
No.
So
I agree, Jedi John. Jedi John, what's going on, man? Force smash that like button. Give it that thumbs up, y'all. Help push this across to dozens and dozens of more people.
Hey, there's 10 people in the live right now. That's double digits.
Good.
That's double digits.
Solid live? Yeah, solid live. We're doing it. All right, let's go. Question number 12. I'm ready.
Here we go. The heiress bears a grudge against Moff Gideon. Who is the heiress, and who are our Mandalorian friends?
Yes, she does. And so we're talking about Bo-Katan Kryze, of course. And then she has her 2 people with her who have pretty sweet, like, kind of heavy metal type names or whatever. And it's like, oh God, it's like Casca and Axe. Do I have to give full names? It's like Casca. I remember that, like Kefka. You ever play Final Fantasy when you were a kid? Role-playing game? You ever play that? No. I was going to say Kefka, Casca. I think it's Casca Reeve, like Christopher Reeves. Casca Reeves and Axl Rose. No, it's Casca Reeves, Bo-Katan Kryze, Casca Reeves. I think it's Axe Rowe, not Rose. I think of Axl Rose to try to make myself think of the answer, and I think it's Rowe, like Axe Rowe. Is that a cool name or a douchey name? If that's
consult the chat, please, on the last one.
Well, okay. Well, hold on. Then I assume I'm looking for what? Am I looking for Dale here?
And Pop Sith, please don't try and help him this time.
Unboxing Treasures has it. It's Left Eye T. Well, T-Boz, not T-Box.
T-Box.
T-Box. That seems. is that a golf reference or a very inappropriate reference to a part of the female anatomy on Boxing Treasures? And chili, maybe that's who it is. Has there been a less popular set of Funko Pop chases than the solid blue? Right? Has there been?
Yeah, the Stretch Armstrong. Yeah, definitely.
No, but
or
who
Unicorn.
Gave a shit about those
Unicorn from Hot Topic.
The retro toy ones were awful. Yeah, the Unicorn Chase 2 from Hot Topic. That thing was like a $10 chase.
It's still on clearance. They still have them.
The Full Metal Alchemist 2, that King Bradley, that one, nobody wanted that one either.
Right.
That was terrible.
I think PPG value on that one's quite high, actually.
The chases now?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Is it?
But
No kidding.
Yeah, it's anime, probably.
Oh, yes, I haven't seen that one in a while. Lil Boba. That's right, Lil Boba. All right, Dale's got it. Bo-Katan, Costco Reeves, and X Wolves. I was so close. So close. But I think he's got to be right. So
you haven't submitted your final answer.
Bo-Katan, Kryze, Costco Reeves, and Axe Wolves. I once again incorporate Dale's answer as my own, with the exception of I am editing Bo-Katan to be Bo-Katan Kryze. Final answer.
It is not Axl Rose. You went with your gut. It is Axe Wolves. It is correct. Bo-Katan, Costa Reeves.
It's not Axl Rose.
Nope.
/ he's back on Mandalore. He's going to be joining him later. He's playing guitar, getting stoned right now. He's fine.
Right. He's one of the cameo actors on the speeder bikes.
Yeah, slashes.
Okay.
Oh, Dale says I had it. So yeah. Come on, exactly.
Thank you, Dale.
I was basically there.
Yeah,
Agreed.
You're doing great, man. We're up to question 13, and these are the hard questions. I even dropped one of the hard questions in the midsection, and you got it. So it's good. It's good. Are we ready? Is the chat ready?
Let's go.
Is the chat ready for the next question? Here we go. This is hard. Can think about this. You got to think close about this. Quote unquote. Who can name 2 of the 5 major trade routes in the galaxy?
You say who can name?
Correct. It's my favorite scene from the season 2 so far. It's my absolute favorite scene of the
When you say
series.
who can name 2 of the 5 major trade routes, are you saying because the droid calls on someone and they answer?
This is the question the droid asks the kids. Who can name the 5 major trade routes in the galaxy? But there's
we only
answers.
hear 2. We only
Correct.
hear 2 because the droid is in the background. The droid's in the background the entire time. But if you're watching it on closed caption, you can basically see. Yes, you can see everything, and there's a whole bunch of additional information that you see there, right? Other than just that. So, oh man, that is a good one. That's a good one.
Now, one of them is legendary.
Well, do you want me to give you the names?
Yes,
of the runs.
There's 2 specific names that actually are in the subtitles and they're spoken in the background. Yep.
Right. You mean the major trade routes? Okay.
So these are the actual answers for the kids gave in the episode.
Right. So the Corellian run, right, is one. So, you're saying who can name 2 of them because you're asking it like the teacher. I'm saying I thought maybe one of the kids answered and you were asking who the kid was that answered.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Just the answers to the questions. It's a great
Corellian
question.
run, and then it was like the Hydian way, Hydrian. I think it's Hydian way.
Is that your final answer? Lock it in.
Yes.
Crushed it. You get it. That was the funnest question I've ever written for anything. It was so fun. I'm watching that episode, and I'm like, there's the trivia question in the episode. It's fucking brilliant. Excuse my language.
That was a good one. No, that's all good. We don't care. And that's a good one too. And in that same scene, because as soon as the droid's talking and then they start having their side conversation, I noticed that everything the droid is saying in the background was popping up in closed caption. And the droid also talks about all of the different like sectors of the galaxy, and she says all those. So I won't spoil that because I feel like that you're smiling like that could be a potential bonus question.
It's possible.
if you were to revisit that, because she lists out a whole bunch of stuff there.
My original bonus question was from the Oliphant question, where I was going to have you describe each section of that scene all the way through, because there's like 8 parts to the scene. But this is way better. The next bonus question is way better. Way better.
All right.
Question
so we're
number
13
14.
13?
Mm-hmm. We are. Perfect round. Perfect. Are you still afraid? Are you still doubtful?
No. If I go miss on the next 2, it's fine.
I sense confidence and Jedi presence and the light side of the Force in you, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, my wife would say I'm too angry to be a light side Jedi. Yeah.
Very disappointing. Here we go. Question number 14. Where exactly is the Mandalorian taking his passenger? This is a quote.
Exactly.
This is a quote from Pelimoto. My Pelly. I love Pelly. She's good.
Oh boy. So you're saying it. So what you mean is, I can't remember if I'm mixing up this one or when they tell Mando where Ahsoka Tano is.
May I set the scene for you?
Well, I think I know it. It's something like, it's not just like, Trask or whatever, right? It's like the forest moon of Trask in the whatever something Edom gas giant galaxy. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Lock it in, my friend.
Well, but I'm not exactly right.
Are you sure about that?
Am I pretty close?
You're pretty close.
It's like the forest moon of Trask, and I'm checking the chat just to see if I get anything. And then it says,
"Oh, I've got gas."
So
and it's giant.
Let's get right.
Gas giant.
There we go. That was at the same time. That was good. This is what the people want. And so it's okay. So yeah. Well, I know they say the gas giant, but they say the whole name, and it's something item. The like forest moon of Trask, near the forest moon of Trask, which is in the whatever Edom something gas giant something. I don't know. This is worth 90% points, I think.
It's good. What's the chat doing? I'm not really paying attention because I have a lot of work to do over here with the questions and stuff. But is the chat been any help at all? It's really disappointing. Is this one this one's not the forest moon though, right? Isn't the forest moon the one that they send where they say Ahsoka is? I think you're correct about that. So it's not the forest moon. What is the other thing they say? Because there's a forest moon. I bet the word you're looking for exists in language that you use at work. Well, that's probably not true, but it's an estuary moon. On the estuary moon of Trask, which is in Iden. It's like Cole Iben, a gas giant, and they say it's the gas giant Cole Iden. I'm gonna tentatively lock in my not super descriptive response, and I await your ruling on whatever I just said. Is that your final answer? I guess. My friend, you've done it again. The estuary moon of Trask in the system of a gas giant Cole Iben. Okay. The way she says it is so fun. Yes. It's so fun the way she says it, and Pelimoto's the greatest. She's the best. Oh, that was a good one. I would be very, very proud of that answer. Very proud. Because there's another answer. Again, I don't want to spoil it, but there's another answer with a similar type of thing where they tell Mando where Ahsoka Tano is. So, and that one's the forest moon of another
place.
Exactly. I'm searching my questions here. There's one left, and there's a good one here. Here we go. How about this one?
The petting zoo. Are you just randomly selecting questions and then throwing them up?
I am.
Okay, I like that.
All right. Here we go. Chapter 10. This is the last one. This is actually a mid question because I replaced a mid and a hard earlier, if you recall.
Okay.
So we're gonna go with a nice bang here. I'm feeling good.
A nice bang.
You're perfect. That last question was really hard.
I love it when I can finish the day off with a good bang. So I'm ready. A nice bang. Let's do it. Yep. Okay.
That was a big quote too when you got it. I'm impressed.
I don't know if I got it exactly, but I got enough of it.
Here's our last question tonight. Chapter 10. Pelly really gets around. In The Passenger, we see her playing a game of chance with this healer at Chelman's Spaceport Cantina.
Okay. Yeah. I believe I know this.
You might, because it was a mid question. It really wasn't one of the hard ones, but it's what I have.
Yep. I believe I know this. I believe they're playing a game of chance. I believe Mando picks up his bet in exchange for information. The bet was 500. It's a high stakes game, I believe, right? If I'm in the right area, which I think I am.
He had to cover a bet. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, okay. Yeah. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Templar, but I think Mankind, the wrestler, would be a big fan of this particular person.
He might be. And Lunchables. I think Mankind likes Lunchables. So if you combine those two passions together, you might have it.
Here we go. Oh, Dale, I think you might be right. Although it could be Lord Arthas of the Alliance. It could be Robert.
It's Lord Arthas. Oh, yeah.
It's Lord Arthas.
Thanks, Rob. Rob's on it all the time. Always.
Take that, Thorax.
I miss you, my friend, by the way. I miss my friend Rob. I haven't seen him in a long time.
So, well, if Rob is friends with you, he's obviously a terrible judge of character. So I'm not so sure about him. But we'll see. Maybe he's a good guy and he just made a mistake. I don't know.
He might have. Yeah, we'll let him slide.
Dale is right. Is Dr. Mandible. Who is Dr. Mandible? That's my final answer.
My friend, you've just gone perfect 15 for 15. I am impressed.
That's a 15 for 15 regular. Okay. I'm feeling good. Headed into
Despite all of Tyler's efforts to make you look like a fool, we've made you look like a genius tonight.
That
brilliant
son of a bitch. Isn't he just the worst? He's insufferable. Oh my goodness.
I hope it's set break and he can't get a beer.
Yeah, I hope it's like a dry concert. Yeah,
yeah, that would be great.
They'd all find other ways to have fun. We talked about that, you know that.
I'm having a good time right now, as a matter of fact.
So let me ask you this. Now, maybe this is just part of Star Wars, but like now I have a question for you. In the chat too. Put in the chat. Let me know what you think about this. So. Obviously, Star Wars is known for all of its various creatures, right? And its species that we see. For example, in the original Star Wars, the Cantina scene, you see all these different, species, and it's kind of become a staple to like still puppeteer them and not digitally animate them. That's kind of something Star Wars just does. They've done the same thing with the Child. It's puppeted and it just has a little bit of CGI to make it run a little smoother. But for example, the Dr. Mandible scene is one where like I watch it and I'm like, it looks like a praying mantis on strings, right? Yeah. And it's just going like this, and it's like, man, it just really seems like again a little CGI. I mean, so many other shows and so many other networks and companies with budgets that pale in comparison to Disney, right? And to Lucasfilm, could make that look so much smoother. Like you can still puppeteer it. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like Jurassic Park. Dinosaurs have not been done as well since Jurassic Park. Like they've tried it a million times since, and they're just not as good. No. Jurassic Park did puppets, like the T-Rex is a puppet, and then they added on CGI to make the motion smoother. Yeah. And it just seems like a little bit of CGI motion could make the scenes with like Dr. Mandible look so much better. And
put the practical effect in there and then supplement it.
Yeah, I mean, like, wouldn't that just make it feel more real? You know what I mean? Like, if somebody who maybe isn't a big Star Wars fan, whether they're younger or older, but then they kind of watch, say, like The Mandalorian, and they may like it, they may not, or if they watch Boba, they may like it, they may not. But I think when you see some of these effects, I think people might look and go, "Oh wow, like, is that just an awkward string puppet?
Isn't
like,
Star Wars supposed to be the best?"
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my whole point. Where it's like, I get that they're trying to. Are they paying homage to the puppeteering aspect? What would you call it? What do you think? Did you have a problem with that? Does that bother you?
I get what you're saying. I kind of prefer the practical effect over the CGI, but what I've been finding is when they do good CGI, you almost can't tell now. Like if they're mixing practical, like the Rancor, I believe there was in Boba Fett, I believe there was a Rancor practical effect, and there was plenty, obviously, of Rancor CGI, but that was really well done. That was really excellent the way they did that.
So that's true. The Rancor fight scene, right, was really, really well done. Now, the gist of how things go down, we always have problems with that stuff. Right. But yeah, for some of the CGI being cheesy at times, the CGI of the Rancor was really, really good.
Yeah. Right.
But it's just scenes like that with the puppets, and the other aliens, where it's just like, boy, I get when you have massive creatures, like let's take Book of Boba Fett, when like they're getting jumped at the end, and all the Aqualish and all the other guys are, they're all alien species, right? Or all like. So they're all just kind of puppets. They all have masks on, and so they all look very robotic. They look like they're just wearing costumes. Right. Is my whole point. Right. And it's like when there's tons of them, I get it, but like when you're on a one-on-one scene, or think about when either Boba or the mayor or whoever had a meeting with the head of the Pikes, and just kind of like the Pikes and how awkward their lip motions move. Like it's worse than Newt Gunray in The Phantom Menace. You know what I mean? It's just like you can be a puppet, but then put a little CGI over the top of like the mouth. Over the mouth movements and make it look smoother and good. And they don't do that, and that just bothers me. I'm like, they have so much money, they can make it look so much better.
I think like Cad Bane. I think that was the best CGI mouth movement I've seen in any character so far. It was really tight. It was really tight.
Because I think it was real mouth movement under makeup that they then just slightly digitally enhanced with CGI. And that's how you can make it good.
Yeah.
And Cad Bane was awesome. For as much as I pick on them sometimes about those effects in the new shows, Cad Bane was done really well. About as well as I think you could have done him in live action.
Absolutely.
So he's a tough character to do in live action. The eyes look great in live action. The guy who voices him, what's his name?
I asked that question. It was Jake. Is it Jacob? No,
I thought it was Corey.
Cohen. Brian. No, Cohen. Oh, it's my own question.
I know it's gonna piss me off, but the guy who voices him, he does all kinds of other, he voices tons and tons of characters, voice character. But he did a great job. He sounded just like in the animated series, and I think he voiced him in the animated series, but he was fantastic. Yeah, but anyways, they need to reach Sharknado CGI effects. That's
right. Sharknado 11 at least.
Yeah, so they know they've made it. Yeah. Oh man. All right.
I feel it's time for the bonus question.
I'm good to go to the bonus. Are we going to chug one beforehand?
Let's do that. We're 15 for 15, my friend.
Okay. All right. Chug it up. Cheers to you, Jeremy. Cheers to the chat. Thanks for the help. Corey Burton. Augie just put it in there. Corey Burton is the guy.
So neither one of us are even close to correct.
Yeah, we're both like Larry Fitzgerald. No, that's a football player. That's not right.
Larry Fitzgerald.
No.
Ben Roethlisberger.
No. It's Bill Lambier, right? Is that his name? Right. I don't know.
He was one of the cameos on the speeder bikes, Tyler.
Yeah, he definitely was. All right, I'm ready for the final question. Let's go. Okay.
We talked about this earlier, so it shouldn't be a big surprise. It's a beautiful question. Here we go. Name the regions of the Star Wars galaxy.
Right. So, see, I wondered. Okay. Don't know if I can get them all. But It's the ones we're talking about, the ones that were named officially in that scene, right?
Try and grab the ones that are the most difficult first, and then the other ones really should be quite natural,
Right. So, okay. So there's the inner rim, right? And there's the mid rim.
It's 2.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I feel like they don't say outer rim. Do they?
They do. They said in addition to the outer rim, there are other regions.
In addition to the outer rim.
So we have 3.
Okay. So then there's the core and the deep core.
Yep.
And then is it the colonies?
Yes. There's one left.
Deep core, colonies, inner rim, mid rim, outer rim.
Mm-hmm. One left. And it's a little tricky.
And
remember
and they say
what? She said the other regions in the galaxy. So that's important to this answer.
Oh, yeah. It's this. You're right. Okay, it's the something regions is the last one. It's the Is it just the regions? I feel like that's.
You are about to go perfect. Take your time, please. This is about to be a perfect round.
I think it might just be the regions.
Consult with the chat, please.
Does that mean I'm not right, Templar? Are you implying
You're getting
that I'm
there?
not right?
You're getting there. You're getting there. You're getting there.
Okay. No. There's something with the region. Think.
In a small galaxy, you might be looking to expand, whereas in a large galaxy, you probably wouldn't think to expand. There's no way to expand to.
I already get what you're getting at. And you see now, Dale says inner core, deep core, inner rim, mid rim, outer rim, unknown region. See, but I don't think that's, even if unknown regions, that sounds right. And I feel like I've heard that term used in Star Wars before, but I don't think that's what they say in that scene. And excuse me. And I think Templar is trying to give me the hint about contracting and expanding, because I think they call it the expansion regions. I don't think they call it the unknown regions.
That's it.
So add it in. Final answer. There we go.
Expansion regions is correct, sir. You have a perfect round. Perfect round, my friend.
With some assistance from the chat, and of course a little bit of tips and hints from you, which I appreciate. So okay, good. Oh, there we go. That was a solid round.
It was.
So now, wait, no, hold on. Before I deserve this. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna do it. I deserve this. Confetti. I get confetti.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Woo!
Everybody in the chat, stand up and applaud, please. Please. That was excellent.
I couldn't have done it without you, chat. I couldn't have done it without Dale and without Popseth. Of course, Ray. Because every time Ray answers a question, I know that's at least one thing I don't have to guess, which helps. Augie, Robert, everybody, Jeremy, Popseth, everybody who's in the chat. Thank you so much. So, okay, there we go. That's pretty solid. And now, because that's what I do. I make it rain, son.
Hell yeah, look at that.
And I can take all this money and I can go buy me a Jar Jar hooker. Am I right? Yeah.
Oh, now I'm just like this.
Or maybe.
Oh.
There we go. So anyways, okay, so that was the final. You put question 15. That should be final question. Is that double?
Oh, I see. I missed the Spock there. Let's fix that. Let's do that.
Oh, you replaced. I think you replaced that over 15 rather than the final.
I did.
Gotcha. Okay. Either way. So now, so it's last call before we wrap the show. So cheers, of course, to you, Jeremy. Thank you so much for preparing the questions. I appreciate it. It takes time, guys. I mean, literally. For everybody, a lot of the people who are here tonight watching the live have been with us for a long time. And believe it or not, like, a lot goes into these shows. And, for when Tyler or I are gone, for like Jeremy to step in and like prepare questions, it takes a shitload of time to like watch these episodes and to look for good questions and then to draft them up. Like, I know how much time it takes. We do it all the time. And, really, like, we do it for fun. Obviously, it's not for payoff. This is not a big channel. It's a very small channel. I feel like when someone actually finds us, they like it and they enjoy it and they watch it quite a bit. So we've been growing slow. Because, I mean, there's a billion. Let's be honest. There's a billion Star Wars channels out there.
Mike Zero.
Yeah, well, he's the best. Just nothing but bulletproof reporting from Mike Zero. He's the absolute best. He's the leader in Star Wars content. But, you know, and my brother and I, we don't have time to post regular content like everybody else does. We just can't do edited videos. We have jobs and other things going on. And so we try to do this on Tuesday nights as often as we can because we think it's fun. And we like hanging out with people. We like doing the trivia.
Goddamn right, it's fun.
And so it's fun, and we do it when we can, and you know, like Robert says, it's a passion. You're right, and so you know, I don't know what this channel is ever going to be. I don't know if we're ever going to have 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers. Thank you. I mean, it's just something we did for fun. It's been going on for about a year or so now, and you know, growth is slow because we do one live a week, but we like doing it. And so if you guys like it, let us know. Give it a thumbs up and share it. I mean, I know everyone asks you to do that. But, you know, for where we are, the difference between, you know, having 10 or 20 or 50 people in the chat would be monumental to try to help this thing grow up a little bit. Because like,
I've liked seeing that ticker going over into double digits frequently tonight. I've enjoyed that thoroughly.
Yeah, we had a good live connection tonight, and lots of people in the live coming in and out too, which is good. And people were active and answering the questions. And so next week we are going to wrap the Mandalorian. So we're doing chapters 13 through 16.
And it's Ahsoka, it's Luke Skywalker.
Oh my God. This is the best of it. I know, this is the best of the Mandalorian.
Do you want to quiz me? And you write questions?
I will if you want to do it.
I'd love to do that.
Prepare questions for you. Yeah. Tyler is out next week. Tyler's going to be out of the country next week for a few weeks. So Templar's going to be on. If you want to guess, I will prep the questions.
I will love to. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. Then next week, I will prepare the questions and you will answer my questions.
I'm not Tyler, so no revenge for me.
Oh, it's going to be awful for you.
Oh, boy. I'm going to start studying now.
I'm going to do it as absolutely bad. See, now Dale says Mike Zero's a passionate fan. I can't tell if that's sarcasm through your comment. I think it is. Because, oh my God, is that guy the worst clickbaity guy? I remember Tempo and I talked about this before. I said, I think the first time I saw it, it was like some crazy rumor. And I watched the video and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And then like you start checking other sources. You're like, oh, this is just made up, total speculation, made up bullshit. And that's made up
from some meme or something.
And that's all he ever does. And people just still watch him and he's still got, well, you know, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. So
me neither.
That's right. Thank you, Sire Speed. Sire Speed's got a channel too, man. He does unboxings and Star Wars collecting and Funko Pops. That's where this all started for all of us. That's how I met Jeremy. That's how I met Pops. That's how I met all you guys. Is I started a Funko Pop unboxing channel. That was my first YouTube channel.
And it's all over now.
that one's gone. I took it down, but that one grew. That one grew pretty quick. I mean, I put a lot of time into those videos, and I think I had over 1,400 subscribers or something on that in a pretty short period of time. But
like the Funko business is just tanked out. Like, what's up? You know,
it feels like the stock market almost, kind of like it honestly, like I still love Funko Pops, but like I've kind of stopped buying you know, big mystery boxes myself because it just seems like now we're just on a rant. So anybody who's not here for Star Wars, we're just going to stay live and we're just going to talk for a few minutes about this other stuff. So feel free to check out if it's only Star Wars. But for me with the Funko stuff is like, it just seems like mass overproduction. I mean, it used to be like, oh, a new Pop's coming out like once a week. Oh man, let's get onto Target and there's a mad dash. Let's see if we can get it. Exactly. Now it's like there's 40 new Pops a day dropped. And like I assume you follow Diz Trackers on Instagram, right? Everybody does. He's dropping all the info. And but like now it's just my phone's going off at all hours of the day with new Pops. And I'm like, at this point, I can't even look. Like it's too much.
It's there's more than you can even deal with, really.
I know.
And what I'm running as a seller, what I'm running into, I'm trying to go out there and buy these collections because that's what people want. People can go to Walmart, but what's happening is I'm going to look at collections now for people that are like me, about 2 years into the business. Well, they've got the same 2-year collection I do, and 50% of it's right there at Hot Topic restocking every other day. So I'm like, I can't buy this from you. I can't. And they're like, why not? Because everything here is available. I can order all of this online right now if I want to, and people, I don't know if that's deliberate sometimes, but I feel that's what I'm running into is the older collections just aren't there right now for some reason. I'm not sure what it is.
They're not. That's really like where the game is. It almost feels like everything, the hardcore collectors, like the time is gone. It's like you've got to go for old stuff. If it's not old stuff, then it's just kind of like whatever, because everything seems to be mass produced now. They don't ever really vault anything. They unvault things. Like I saw a thing again the other day that like the like 2020 San Diego Comic-Con, the 2 Pokemons, right? The 2 flocked Pokemons are being like re-released overseas, which means they're going to blow up again now. The same thing happened with the holographic Ahsoka.
And it's about to happen with Moon Knight. It's going to happen with Moon Knight. I guarantee it.
And that's garbage, because they sell these things on this basis that they're limited, meaning that they have a limited count and how many are produced. And if you think that like they're 10,000 limited and then they like only made 6 to like make more later, bullshit. They made all 10.
We're gonna make these with other ones later on down the road.
So like now it's all bullshit. And they'll just say, well, we said limited, we didn't say how many we limited to. It's like, then that doesn't even mean anything. Limited doesn't mean anything.
Not anymore.
Unless there's a number count on it. And
not even on Funko Shop.
Yeah, well,
look what happened with that soda. That soda was 10,000 pieces, sold out like that, gone, bang. Everything else still sitting there months. It's been up months, some of it.
Which
limited edition, all of them, like limited edition Funkos. There's tons of them up there right now because there's no count and there's no guarantee of vaulting. But if you say it's a 10,000 piece soda, that's it.
Right. But even like the Funko Shop, everything in the Funko Shop used to be limited edition. And that's why people loved the Funko Shop. Now they're just Funko Shop exclusives, which means they can restock anytime.
Might as well be Target or a Hot Topic exclusive.
And I'm telling you, I'm a collector. I'm a buyer. I was a mystery box buyer. I was a YouTuber, and I was a seller and a reseller, whatever you want to call me. I don't care what you call it. It's like I keep stuff, I sell stuff, I trade stuff. Everybody, that's what everybody does. That's what collectors do. And I'm just kind of out of it now because they've made it to the point where things just aren't scarce. It's so hard to find scarce pops, especially that are new. It's hard to get a new pop and think that it's ever going to be worth more than $25. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. And I wonder, too, like in the mystery box game, there are only so many pops that you can circulate that are old. So, like, the mystery boxes became repetitive. Like, what you're seeing a lot is stuff, undesirable pops that people don't want to keep, and they're just running them around in circles in mystery boxes. Darkseed, a bunch that I have right now that nobody will buy, But yeah, that's what it is. Like, I look at a mystery box and I'm like, I've had this pop, this pop, this pop, this pop, this pop, all these. I've had every one of these pops now. So if I'm a regular mystery box buyer that spends $500 to $1,000 at a time, have I seen it all already? Have I? You know what I mean? Except for like those super rare Freddy Funkos that no one's ever going to sell. The 24 piece, the 100 piece, the 108 piece stuff.
Thousands and thousands of dollars.
Right. People are selling them. Right. Do you want to spend $5,000 and then have to try to flip that one? Keeping it.
And the people, like when you sell on Whatnot, so you're selling on Whatnot a lot, right? But you're not doing just Funkos. You're doing cards.
I haven't sold any Funkos.
Breaks. Live breaks. You're doing comics and stuff. You're doing all kinds of other stuff now, which I think is great. Because I go on Whatnot now, and one, it's so convoluted now. There's a billion sellers. It's really hard to like stand out. Exactly. There's 100 pop shows. There's so many. But even just like trying to buy a product. Okay, so like I'll give you an example, and I should talk to you about this. So I kind of have my last little bit of products, inventory, whatever you want to call it. And I was thinking about doing like one more. I did that big live unboxing show, which went really well.
It did. It went really well.
The top hit was the glow-in-the-dark Obi-Wan, the 3,000 piece Obi-Wan that everybody wanted. And so people were willing to pay whatever I did, $22 a pop, and no guaranteed value, like You could get a $6 common, and there wasn't a lot of those in there, but there was a few of them in there, of course, because I just put everything I had in there.
Yeah, everything.
But it's like I'm to the point now where I got a lot of really like decent like $18 to $45 stuff where it's like I could do a $25 mystery box, and most people, more than half, would probably get a $20 plus pop if they don't get a top hit. So I'm like, okay, what I need is that top hit to entice everyone. So I'm like, I need one good like $400-ish pop, right? And so it's like I go on Whatnot. If every pop that has a PPG, and don't get me wrong, we can argue all day about PPG.
Yeah.
Right. What that means, it's a guide. It's a guide, folks. Everybody wants 2 to 3 times what those things are worth. And so one pop I've always wanted that I've never gotten was Freddie Funko as Yoda. Yoda was my favorite Star Wars character growing up. He always has been. He always will. That's why I love the child so much. But Freddie Funko as Yoda, at one point was going for like $600 to $800, and I thought that was outrageous, and I refused to pay for it. I bought multiple mystery boxes trying to get it, and now it's worth still like $600 or $800 on PPG. But if you try to buy one on Whatnot, there's like 2 or 3 listed, and they all want like $2,500.
Wow, where are they getting that from?
It's like, do you really want to sell it or not? Like, is it really just like, I'm going to put it up there at an insane price?
That's what that feels like. I'll sell it to you for $2,500, but not 1 penny less. Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
How low does the make an offer button go? 25%?
Well, I think it's 25%.
Yeah. So even at 25% off, it's still a lot.
No, how about 75% off? Even then, it's PPG. Right? Even then, you're paying PPG. So yeah, Ray sells people on Whatnot. So that's called human trafficking, and it's actually a really big business right now.
That's my gig, Ray. Come on, man.
Really big business right now, Ray.
I'm gonna sell Ray. I'm gonna put Ray up for auction in my next auction. Ray
So, well, the whole point. I mean, like, I'm gonna do one more big auction at some point in the next few weeks, probably. I mean, again, I'm gonna have all kinds of stuff here. Like, I'm gonna do $25, I think, a box, and there's gonna be some $10 pops, but like, there's gonna be 50, 60, 80, 100. There's gonna be all kinds of like stuff. Like, people can win. You can not get the top hit, and you can win. But I need like that $400, $500 pop, I think, to entice people. Thinking about doing like 50 to 75 boxes. We'll see. But like, just trying to even find that is hard. Like you said, it's either I have to take my chance in a mystery box to get a top hit that has I would say, inflated PPG value. Like, nobody wants it for what PPG says, or you've got to overpay out the ass because people are holding these things and they want 3 times what they're worth.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's a tough game right now. It's a tough game.
Dragon Ball cards.
Dragon Ball card. That was fun, man. You did a Dragon Ball live break, and I bought 2 or 3 of them, actually. It was fun. It's fun just to see what you get. Even though I'm like, I'm not even a Dragon Ball fan, but it's just like fun to see what cards you get. And
there's some heaters. I've made some big money off some of those cards, man. Wow.
So, yeah, there's good stuff. Well, that's it. Let's wrap it up for the night. Again, Jeremy, I'll let you, if you want to plug yourself, man, go ahead. Jeremy, Templar Pops, Funko Pops, comics now, all kinds of other stuff. Shout yourself out.
Yeah, Whatnot is where everything's happening right now. Follow us on Instagram, because really that's where you're going to find everything out. Just follow us on Instagram. That's the easiest way to do it. I announce everything there a couple of days ahead. Funko Pop mystery boxes. I don't know what to do here, friends. So I have inventory. I have pops. I've had some requests for a Grail box. I'm going to try and do that for you. So we'll see next few days. Check that out. But I actually have an idea for the signature sign-off, even though Tyler's not here. You might be able to help me with this. The chat might be able to help us with this too.
with the sign-off?
Yes. You remember Guardians of the Galaxy? Of course, brilliant movie.
Of course, fantastic movie.
Beginning of the film, Quill gets arrested. Quill and gang get arrested. He's in this little mugshot scene, and he prepares this little preparation.
He does, yeah.
And I feel like this would be appropriate for Tyler. We could signature sign off Tyler tonight by just offering up a little.
We could give him what he gave me with the Grogu, right? Remember?
All right, there we go. There you go, Tyler. There's your signature sign off for tonight. Now this is pod racing.
Now this is pod racing. It's so good. Let me see if I have do I have a good clip to go out of? We play the replays all the time. I know we do, but okay, so here we go. We're gonna go out with this one. We're just gonna go out with the time that Tyler and I played golf, and instead of using his rangefinder, much like Luke Skywalker in A New Hope, he instead put it down and he used the Force to find his target. Here it is.
All right, Tyler, let's do this, baby. All right, what distance do we got here? What do we have? 142, we got 140, 150, maybe 160. Let's take a...
Use the Force, Tyler. Use the Force.
Okay, screw that. You know what?
Use the Force, Tyler. Oh boy. We're so stupid. Good night, everybody.
Bye.